Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 28 September 2015. Got another From the Sharpening Bench video for you all. I think I'm just going to start putting in the title FSB, because I think From the Sharpening Bench : gets so doggone long when you're looking at the video, it's hard to see what it's about. So in the future, and I think I'm going to make this a playlist, From the Sharpening Bench videos will be FSB, from this day forth. We've got a really cool knife tonight, guys. This comes from one of my favorite sharpening customers, and he's one of my favorites because not only is he just a super guy, but he has this wonderfully diverse taste in knives. This is Chris from Fort Worth, and this knife belongs to him. Isn't it beautifully simple? This is a custom knife from a maker from, I believe, Holden, Massachusetts. Charles, I hope I say this right, Gedraitis or Gedraitis, Gedraitis. And there's his laser etched logo. And this is sort of what I would term an old school tactical folder. Latest iteration, this is his Pathfinder knife, is a flipper. And not only is it a flipper, it's an amazing flipper. The flipper tab is absolutely perfectly engineered. It is an effortless push button flipper. And when I say effortless, I mean we're talking R.J. Martin quality flippage here. We're talking put the bodega to shame flippage. The jimping is perfect. The flat on the flipper tab is perfect. And this is a guy who is 36 years old, been making knives since he was 16. And he's old school. I mean, his construction is old school, small screws, small pivot, titanium liners that are surface ground, and there's nothing robust about the construction of this knife. I believe titanium standoffs that are not shouldered. The titanium liners are fairly thick, and they are jeweled. See if I can get you inside with a light angle that lets you see that. We might need help. Let's see if a little flash, there you go. Aren't those beautiful? You know, T6 Torx hardware, nothing's really hidden. This knife does come in a little dressier version with Timascus bolsters and a hidden bolster screw. This front bolster screw is the pivot, and it's very simple. It is a sleeve type pivot, just sort of slip fit or lightly press fit through the liners. These screws do supply tension. The blade is a gorgeous, deeply hollow ground clip of CPM 154, and it is super skinny. Just under 20 thousandths thick behind the edge at its thinnest point, which is right back here at the base, or somewhere up here. About 21 thousandths through the belly. I put an edge on this like I do on traditionals because it's so thin. This edge is just 18 degrees all the way to the edge, just picking it up a half a degree or so to clean up any remaining burr when I'm in my 2000 grit polishing tape stage. Gorgeous satin on the hollow, a grinder satin, and then hand rubbed on the flats. grinder on the swedge. The spine is crowned until the clip. And the swedge is beautifully symmetrical. I'm showing you this knife not because, not only because of its sort of old school custom knife construction and aesthetics, but also because that beautifully thinly ground edge cuts so amazingly well. I mean, not a hitch, not a catch. I think it even push cuts on this limp catalog paper. Yeah, it's that good. Great steel for a knife of this dimension and profile. If this would have been my knife and had it not been a custom, I probably would have done a traditional pocket knife type sharpening notch, but it's not my knife and it is a custom. Chris may want to sell it at some point, so I just followed what Charles had done when he made it and just made it better. Oh guys, it is amazingly sharp. Check out that orange peel finish on the titanium bolsters. It's actually a little sloppy in places, I think around this screw head. That's really the only aesthetic flaw I could find on the knife. Well, the pocket clip is orange peel titanium as well, and it's a little wacky. It works very well. Oh, did I mention how well it flips? Oh, guys. Centering is not quite perfect. It is off to the off side, away from the lock bar, just a hair. Ergonomics are phenomenal. 3 7/16 inch blade out of 1/8 stock. 4 3/16 handle. Yeah, did you catch that? It's only 7/8 longer than the blade is the handle. That is super efficient. Anytime you're in a folder of mid-size to large size and the blade length is less than an inch shorter than the handle, that's really great size efficiency. This has it. Sort of has a bit of a Les George look in the handle, doesn't it? Saber grip, awesome. Hammer grip, awesome. Draw cut grip, awesome. Reverse grip, awesome. I mean, in every grip, the knife is just beautiful. Even the samurai grip, awesome. You know, are there knives that are more strongly built than this? Yes. Production knives, custom knives, yes. And I think this knife probably runs in the $450 range. If Charles makes you one, the example knife on his website is a Damascus bolstered carbon fiber scaled knife, and he lists that at $600. So I would guess with orange peel titanium bolsters and OD canvas micarta scales, we're probably $100 to $150 less. Chris, you might want to weigh in the comments if you care to tell us. Just beautiful. It's sort of that, you know, old meets new kind of deal. Because, you know, if it didn't have a flipper tab, you'd think this was a custom knife made in 1990. By its construction and the materials used, or the style, I guess, of the knife. Back when custom knives didn't worry about being overbuilt, they just cared about being sweet, and this knife is sweet. It really, really is. By the way, 3.6 ounces. A nearly 3.5 inch bladed tactical knife. with 1/8 inch blade stock, 3.6 ounces. Pretty thick titanium liners, no lightening holes. I think the way we get there is the use of titanium instead of steel and a really thinly ground, hollow ground blade. Chris, you are going to be so happy when you get this knife back. I'm telling you what. It just came out beautifully. Oh, man. Very precise in his grinds on the blade is Charles. And even the lines where the materials meet on the handle, you don't really feel anything. There are no voids. I'd like to see this knife in something other than orange peel titanium, because I've just never loved it. It kind of looks, well, it looks like what it is. It was a smooth piece of titanium somebody beat up with a wire brush wheel on a grinder. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't even like flippers, and I like flipping this knife. It's one advantage of a well-made liner lock flipper over a frame lock flipper. You don't have to worry about where your fingers are when you're trying to flip the knife. You just grab it and flip it. You know, the detent's not insanely abrupt. There's plenty of detent there for a knife on Teflon washers to flip well. See them? You don't need ball bearings. You need a good flipper. And oh my, is it a flipper? I like it, man. I tell you what. It's not strong. It's not robust. It's not a lot of things. What it is really, really sweet. It is a knife. If you looked in the dictionary, looked up the word knife, if there were a picture, that's what the blade would look like. Oh. Alright, I gotta put it away and send it home, and it's gonna kill me. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word and Chris's Charles Gedraitis Pathfinder are sharp.